things to make sure our voice is heard. They do boycotts like Rosa Parks bus boycott. Everyone does some type of protest to make sure their voice is heard. Even voting for president falls into that category. We all find new ways to speak up against what we think is wrong. In America, freedom is a big thing, and I know I'm very big on it. I do like having my freedom, so do others. Things are sometimes harder than they seem. We fought a lot of wars for our freedom, like the war we wanted to be free from Britain. Even in other countries, people like their freedom. In this essay, it's hard to compare going to bed when you want from freedom from slavery. In conclusion, I think my voice in America's democracy is important. Even though I am a kid, the things I say still matter, and so does everyone else. It is important to let everyone vote and let everyone have their say, and even let everyone have their freedom. Even if you're young, you still have your say to speak out to the people.
We would like to thank all the 7th grade students for writing their essays this year. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Bill Berkalow, AM Vet member and chaplain. Mr. Berkalow will now present the awards to the winners of the 7th grade essay contest. Will the following winners please come forward and stand by Mr. Berkalow? 3rd place, Chloe Hansey. 2nd place, Braden Nowak. And 1st place, Jada Trotman.
I can't say much more than what Mr. Garrigan has said about patriotism of this community. Today we have with us Jim Campbell, who's with the honor flight. I know you're raising some money to send people on the honor flight. I don't know if Jim's going to get a chance to talk, but I know he's done a fantastic job down there, and can't say enough about it. But thanks. Let's give him another thanks.
Jada Troutman will now read her winning essay.
Our patriotic duty. Elmer Davis once said, "This nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave." Bravery can mean many things to many people, from those who stand for the flag to those who fight for the flag. When we show patriotism to our country, we have bravery in our hearts and pride in our souls. Bravery can be standing up for what you believe in. Freedom of speech is the most sacred right given to Americans. Freedom of speech gives Americans a voice in the rights and rules by which they live by. Freedom of speech allows people to share their opinions and perspectives with those that may not agree with them. We are fortunate to live in a country where we can have honest and respectful debates with each other. Having the ability to speak our mind and share our experiences is not something every country is able to do. I am thankful that we all have a voice in America's democracy so we can listen to each other and learn from one another. What comes with bravery is pride. When you have pride in something, you succeed, and when you succeed, it brings you happiness. My parents tell me every day to work hard and make yourself proud. Work hard at school and you'll ace the test. Work hard at volleyball and you'll make the team. Work hard at life and you'll make something of yourself. When you work hard, it gives you a sense of pride and accomplishment. When you feel that wave of success, it persuades you to work harder and to set higher goals for yourself. That's what pride is, feeling success and wanting to set the unimaginable for yourself. Unfortunately, these freedoms don't come free. Men and women across our nation have paid the ultimate price so you and I can live free and in peace. Americans have a duty to love and support our veterans. We can show appreciation and gratitude by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, standing for the national anthem, flying an American flag in our front yard, and thanking a veteran for their service. Participating in these acts shows loyalty to our veterans and our country. My hope is for us all to come together and remember the values that make our country great. Let's respect our country through differences and difficulties, agreements and accomplishments. Let's love our country, work hard, and live the American dream. Let's be proud to be an American.
Now, I would would like to introduce Ms. Barker, a 5th grade teacher and student council advisor for the Tomahawk Elementary School, and Jackie Windorf and myself who are representing the TMS Student Council. Both of these groups will be presenting a donation to the Never Forgotten Honor Flight, VFW Post 2687, on behalf of the Tomahawk Elementary and Middle Schools. The TMS Student Council did an ice cream fundraiser for this event, and we want to thank the Windmill for their generous donation of ice cream, cones, and toppings. The TES Student Council sponsored Dunkin' for Dough.
Good morning. All right. My name is Megan Barker, and I'm the Student Council Advisor for the elementary school. For 2 weeks this past October, our Student Council promoted a school-wide Dunking for Dough challenge between all the grade levels, and our goal had been to raise funds for the Never Forgotten Honor Flight. We had challenged our students that if they could raise $1,500 or more, our principals, Mrs. Woodall and Mr. Heinz, would agree to don wetsuits and risk getting dunked by the students. Pretty motivating. The grade level that raised the most got the opportunity to do the dunking. I'm happy to report that by the end of our 2-week challenge, our elementary students, staff, and families raised $2,500. I cannot tell you enough how heartwarming it is to see even our youngest 4K kindergarten, first grade students proudly bringing in their donations and sharing from their piggy banks for this worthwhile cause. In case you're wondering, it was our 4th grade class that brought in the most donations of all the grade levels and raised $1,200 from their grade alone. They were able to dunk our principals about 10 times in front of the entire school, which was incredibly satisfying for the kids. At this time, I would like to present Jim Campbell from the Never Forgotten Honor Flight with our donation on behalf of Tomahawk Elementary.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you, kids. You gonna let me have the microphone for a minute?
Sure.
Today is Veterans Day. It's also the 15th birthday of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight. Started at about noon today in Wausau. How many Marines in the audience? Yesterday was our 249th birthday as well. So a few of us were out partying last night. Not me. We just flew our 50th mission on October 28th. To date, we have flown 1,048 World War II veterans, 1,267 Korea-era veterans, 2,499 Vietnam-era veterans on their trip of a lifetime to Washington, D.C. 4,814 veterans total. And of those, this school has funded 59 of them. Which is almost 30% of the 136 Tomahawk veterans that have flown to date. And I see a couple of gold shirts. I've seen a couple of honor flight hats in the audience as well. And there are 12 veterans on the wait list to fly, all Vietnam era. I want to thank these children for what they're doing. You are the #1 middle school for donations in 13 counties. Give them a round of applause. When we first started, And we had an opportunity to come to different schools as well as this one. And I remember walking across that stage, getting my diploma a long time ago. A lot of veterans I talked to didn't think that students knew anything about what they did and didn't even care. And they were wrong on both accounts in spades, as evidenced by programs like this that are being held in almost every single school in our state today, inviting local veterans to participate. Our next generation is going to be taking over the leadership of this country, and it's going to be in very, very good hands. Thank you, children. Thank you very much.
I was going to say, he's not going to say no, don't worry. This morning, in addition to presenting the Never Forgotten Honor Flight with our donation, we would also like to personally recognize 5 Tomahawk Vietnam veterans whose service we will be honoring with our donation. As I read your name and branch of service, I would ask each of these veterans to stand and be recognized, as a student council member will be presenting you with a memorial boarding pass in honor of your future flight. U.S. Army veteran Bill Berkalow. U.S. Army veteran Jack Bremer. U.S. Navy veteran George Kleist. U.S. Army veteran Timothy Panfill. And U.S. Navy veteran Elizabeth McBride. And just a final thank you to these veterans and all of the others in attending today. We are so thankful for your service and your dedication to our country, and thank you for being such a great role model for our kids. God bless.
Now, we would like to introduce Mr. Soward, who has a special presentation to make.
It's because of those numbers, we get 4 veterans to go next year, and 59 have went, is because of that young lady's dedication and the students' dedication to the Never Forgotten Honor Flight. It is amazing. So Ms. Barker, could you please, we have a special award for you from the veterans of this community and Post 2687. I'd like to Mr. Bear Wazinski, our Senior Vice Commander, would like to say a few words.
Well, this is what the plaque reads. Miss Megan Barker's exceptional dedication and selfishness in donating her time to generate funds, honoring military veterans by sending them on the Never Forgotten Honor Flight. Her relentless dedication year after year in organizing fundraisers and spreading awareness has not only enriched the lives of veterans, but also inspired others to contribute. With deep gratitude and appreciation, World Fine Ingman Post VFW Post 2687 recognizes Ms. Barker's compassion and generosity while serving as an example for all of us. I don't want to bore you before she can, but I was one of those lucky people that was able to go on that never forgotten flight about 2 years ago. I had never been to Washington, D.C. The monuments, all of that is great. The most incredible thing that I witnessed was how veterans were taken care of by Jim Campbell and his group of volunteers. They overfed us, we kept us punctual, but it was just, it's hard to explain the feeling and the comradeship that you can get on that flight. Deeply touched. I won't keep you long, but I got my trip from this high school, and or this school complex. I want you to know that we are all veterans in this room, and our VFWs and our American Legions are so proud of all of you, the teachers, the counselors, and you students, because you really give us a hope for the United States of America to continue. Thank you.
Gosh. First of all, this is going in my classroom because this isn't for me. This is for all these kids because this is who did all this. I didn't raise this money, they did. So thank you very much, and we will keep doing this every year.
At this time, we would like to recognize the service people who have recently returned from active duty serving our country. Please stand if you have recently returned from active duty. Okay.
The Tomahawk High School Chamber Choir will now sing the service songs of each branch of the armed forces. The words to each of the songs can be found printed on the insert in your program. Veterans, please stand and sing with us as your branch of the service is announced. The Army. The Marines. Navy. Air Force. Space Force. Coast Guard. As the colors are retired, the high school band will perform "The Stars and Stripes Forever."